Hello everyone, Owl here, hope you're all doing well. As you saw from that introduction, things go a little bit sideways later on in this video, but I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be doing some 7 Days to Die. It appears that we've woken up and the man called the Duke has stolen pretty much all of our possessions and dumped us out in the middle of nowhere. And the main thing we should focus on right now is just to gather ourselves and our surroundings and figure out where we're going. Looking at challenges here, we're going to go through this as quickly as possible just to increase our, basic survivability, make sure we've got the bare minimum of tools and weaponry to carry us until we find something better. I would say it's about time that we craft a stone axe here just to speed up the gathering, just to make it a little bit more bearable here in the early game. Perfect, so now what we're going to do now we've got all these resources is to craft a primitive outfit just to give us a little bit more against the weather elements for when we get to level 6, alongside of getting a little bit of resistance towards damage from zombies and animals. And let's just throw this on here. There we go, perfect. We're looking pretty snazzy now compared to wearing absolutely nothing from before. And lastly, let's get ourselves a wooden club just so we have something to protect ourselves against any zombies that might sneak up on us currently. Next thing we should try to go for is a bow, so just gather the things for that. Hopefully we can find some feathers shortly here. Let's have a look. Another stone. Oh, a nice little lake. That could be useful to know that's here, especially early game. And here we go. Please of feathers, and we do. And let's get 5 arrows on the way. Amazing. Okay, as we can see, we have got most of the basics of survival done here. The armor, the club, and the bow and arrows. And that there will be the end of the initial quest line. And we should now be looking for the trader, hopefully. Let's grab a little bit more stone here. Ah, there we go. So this is the start of the trader quest. So we're going to try and head over there slowly to try and get the initial sort of, they do like a gather quest. You need to go and dig some treasure up. So we're going to try and head over there to grab that just after we get a little bit more stone. Amazing. So I'm not really sure what the endgame goal is for us here. I believe we're going to try and do permadeath, so as soon as I die in this save, we will erase it. So that's a good introduction really to see how far I can get. I have played this game previously, but not as much as a lot of other people. I would say I'm nowhere near an expert, that's for sure. Something I want to be getting early is quite a lot of wood, because we want to make some wooden frames just to try and get out the way. Well, harm's way, to be honest with you, from any sort of zombies that might be appearing. Coming up on the crossroads here, there's quite a lot of isolated POIs dotted around the way to this trader, so I'm going to make a note just on the map when we get there, just so we can come and hopefully find a cooking pot. That's a very useful early game item, as well as pick up some cotton around here in case we need to emergency bandage some bleeds that the zombies may give us. Perfect. Yeah, we just grab some miscellaneous like wood and stone and just some sort of fibers in case we need it to repair tools or craft, for example, a sledgehammer. But if we find something, and hello, our first zombie of this save. Come on, stay down. There we go, perfect. As we can see, the trader's just in eyesight there. Let's run straight on over. Looks like we've got a welcome party already. Can you get on the way, please? on the floor, and there you go. Right, let's run on here just to get a little bit of moderate safety from the elements and the zombies that are around here. So the main thing we need to pick up is just the introduction quest, and also just to complete this quest up in the top right. So let's have a quick word with Mr. Rect here. Get ourselves a shovel as a reward and the introduction to buried supplies. A little bit of an arrogant dude, let's be honest. He's not very friendly to us, but a trader's a trader. Doesn't look like there is anything really of value to us here right now that we can afford. What I think I'm going to do is just keep hold of everything and hopefully find a good deal in the future.
I knew you were a cheap motherfucker.
Okay. Steady on, trader. Jesus. Looks like we've got one of the locals waiting for us outside. And off to Dreamland he goes. Okay, we're almost at the hidden treasure now. There is something over here that I do want to check out really quickly. It looks like a small bunker or something. I've never seen this POI before. Let's have a look. Duck Station. It's a one skull, so it's definitely something we can do. Okay. Be very careful. Okay. Down you go. They're a little bit spooky looking, but I think we'll be okay. We've got quite a few arrows and a decent sort of melee weapon, so we should be able to get through this quite easily, fingers crossed. Check there's no fake ceilings or walls, and in we go. Right, let's just definitely take this dude out. Amazing. So it looks like in this area we've got to hit these 3 buttons to unlock the main sort of loot room, which is quite interesting. There we go, red access. So 2 more to go. What we're going to do, we're going to take this as stealthy as we can. There we go, there's another one, and down you go. See if there's any decent books in here. Okay, 1 for spears and 1 for shotguns. That's very useful. It just increases like your crafting ability. Anything behind here? No. Try and be as careful as possible. Okay. Quite an enclosed space, so we don't get trapped in any corners if we can help it. Just double checking here real quick. There's nothing. Okay. This looks suspicious. Uh-huh. Oh, absolute whiff of the century right there. Okay, we got him. Down you go. Come on, stay down. Oh. That was embarrassing. Looks like we're gonna have to sneak through the ventilation system of the bunker. Let's carefully sneak through here. I think that was a bathroom. Might as well check that out. Hopefully there's no one taking a shit in here. Oh, my bad. Excuse me. I absolutely just ruined that day. Right, back in the vents. Get through here. Oh, that's interesting. That's a blueprint for a desert eagle, I believe, on the wall. And some military shelves with some ammunition. Nothing crazy, but still quite useful. Right, nothing too crazy. Okay, let's open this and go back into the main room. I believe this leads into. Let's try to find that last button to get into that central loot room. Well, I've been exploring this bit for about 5 minutes and I cannot find where this next door is, but with the magic of editing, I will find it right now. This has got to be it. Oh wow. Well, there we go then. As you can see, it found it straight away with no difficulties whatsoever. This is post-production owl, and I can tell you right now, that was a massive lie. It took me at least 5 minutes to find this place. Right, here comes the money. Let's hope there's not too many enemies in here, because I can bet you there's going to be a slight ambush. Let's carefully come through. Ah, there we go. And down you... Oh, no you don't. Down you go. It's a little bit compact in here, which is not great. Oh. Okay, let's maybe climb out and use the ladder to our advantage here. Bonk. Come on. Pull down. Damn, okay. And down you go. I think that's it. Where's the third one gone? Okay. Let's see. Ooh, tier 3 revolver, that is what we need. And a urban combat and some bandages. All worthwhile. Okay, let's see these goodies. Bandage and some vitamins, that's good enough. No fake walls here. No, some trash. Some bleach, tasty. And just before we leave, let's just reload that tier 3 revolver, just in case we get in a sticky situation, because let's be honest, it's going to happen at some point. I'd rather be prepared, and let's make our way to the buried treasure. Okay, well here we are. We are at the buried treasure. Let's get this started, and I will very quickly dig this up. And there we have it, the buried supplies. There's the quest item and some terrible food items. That's actually really bad, but I guess it's better than nothing. We are just going to very quickly run on back to the trader over here just to hand in that quest. I will see you when I'm there. And here we are back at the trader. What we're going to do is just hand in those supplies and potentially sell some things just to free up a little bit of inventory room, because we're getting a little bit too much on us right now to try and transport it all around until we get some sort of base up. Ooh, rifles. I think we're going to go for the standard rifle here, just because it's ammo conserving and quite high damage, and we might go into that sort of perception build, or that sort of accuracy. I'm not 100% certain yet. I'm going to have a look at the skill tree later on. Okay, let's just get rid of all these like single items and things that we don't need. Of course, I'm going to sell those dolls as well, just because there's no other point of us carrying them as far as I'm aware. Get rid of the bleach as well, because that's not anything we can use. And actually, we'll keep the springs, because we can use those to make pipe weaponry. But we'll get rid of a little bit of that gunpowder and the cotton, because we now have 3 healing bandages.
Thank you very much, and now you can
Let's
go
have a
fuck
look.
yourself.
Okay, so it gave us a rifle with about 20 rounds, which could do some good, hopefully. And of course, the trader's still being a little bit of an arrogant dude, but it is what it is. Let's get out of here so we don't overstay our welcome. I did start running into the city, and then I realized I forgot to pick up a quest, so I just had to run back very quickly to pick up a fetch quest, and we're just going to go over there now and try and get that done before nighttime. We might be cutting it quite short, but we're going to try. It looks like we had a survivor camp there on the left. It looks quite interesting. We might come and check that out in the future. I don't think we're well enough equipped right now. Just making a really quick pit stop here, as I noticed a small like parking area with a ambulance and police car. And so we're just going to clear this out and grab a few bits, just because we're lacking on supplies mainly. And harvest this. Something I do think I want to do is build a farm a little bit. So I might not go rifles, I might... Oh, hello there. I might not go rifles, I might go like assault rifles instead. I'm not 100% certain. It's something we might do tonight, is look over the skill tree and, you know, think about what to do. That was terrible for an ambulance, and let me just knock this open. I'll be back as soon as this is done. Okay, well that's not good. That definitely did make me jump. I didn't realise that the police cars actually had an alarm on them. They were just going to try and run away from this horde of zombies that's now sprinting towards us. In hindsight, I probably should have thought that they would have set an alarm off trying to break into a police car. The bad thing here is we're going to have to push further into the city. There's the fetch quest we're after at the very least in the hotel. But we're going to now have a horde of zombies after us. I'm pretty sure that is a feral, which is not ideal. What we're going to do, we're just going to cut around these back alleys, circle around. Okay, and now here we are. I've just circled around to the other side of the road here just to try and get a little bit more distance. Let's have a quick peek. Oh, that is a... yeah, that's a feral. Let's get him real quick. Okay, I think I'm going to pull out the gun here. Come on. And a cheeky little loot bag. Some shotgun shells, a book, some glue and cloth. Pretty okay for a loot bag, to be fair. What else? Okay, we've got a few more dudes here. What I'm going to do, let's just take care of these. Look around here, that motel there, the 8 mite, that's the one with the quest that we need to do. Let's just clear this area. Oh, that is a spitter cop zombie. On day 1, that's actually quite surprising. We should be able to handle him. Let's take this other one out. Another loot bag. Wow. No. Oh, no. We're not infected though from that, but it did do a lot of damage. Circling around. Oh, and I guess he just decided he did not like that fence anymore. Well, that works for me. Perfect. I'm just having something to eat real quick, as we can see our hunger and thirst is getting in a pretty rough position. Okay, we've still got one, not running zombie, but jogging zombie coming towards us. Gonna line this up. Boom. Okay. I wonder if this works. What I'm going to do, I'm just trying to shoot these barrels and see if they blow up the zombie. Come on. You know, you want to come and eat me? Boom. Oh my god, he lived. And out of ammo? Oh no. Oh god, what can I do here? Because he's not as quick as me, but he's moving it, that's for sure. Oh, he's got himself stuck. I mean, if he's making himself easy pickings for me, I'm definitely going to take that. Yeah, he's a feral too. Oh my god, we have got some terrible luck on the first day here. When it comes to zombies we've been fighting, I didn't realize those cars spawn like such difficult dudes to try and fight. Do not worry, I have circled back around to get the other loot bag we missed. Some ammunition, that's definitely good, and a drink. Red tea is actually pretty decent. I believe that one helps us... yeah, with stamina regen. That's amazing, actually. Especially because we're going to be clearing this motel now, hopefully. We are very short on feathers, so no more arrows, but we should be okay just to use the club here on these trash normal zombies. Just 2 more, it looks like. I want to try and clear this outside area before we start this mission, because it resets the POI, so it could double up the zombies that we'll be fighting, which would not be ideal. There we go. Getting light on our feet here to just dodge and weave around those zombies. Okay, well, before we do that, let's just circle back around and loot that car. Okay, well, we're just back at that motel here. We did quickly run over and check that police car, but it didn't have anything of value, unfortunately. So we're just going to slowly clear this place. It's quite a low tier POI. I have already triggered the mission start, the fetch quest. It looks like it's probably upstairs. So we're just going to slowly make our way through all these rooms, grab some miscellaneous stuff, like especially these med kits here. They can be quite useful for finding medical supplies that we don't have to craft. Always checking those toilets as well, because those mason jars will be useful, especially with murky water, so we can heat that stuff up and purify it into some drinking water. So we still have quite a big problem at the moment with our food and water, but hopefully we can sort that out pretty soon. As you can see, we're on 50% on food there, and quite high on water. That's going to go down quite quickly, especially on that metabolism, because when you're injured, you burn more food and hunger than if you weren't. And tag glove liners, might as well put those on. The toilet. There we go, some 9mm. Find some very weird stuff in the toilets in this. And a repair kit for some clothing, that could be useful. Not many zombies in here. Anything useful in here? Just a piece of clay. Not too great. Nope, now on to the next room. Got some vending machines there. That one's locked. I wish you could break those vending machines for things, but if you try and hit them, it just damages you. Ooh, XP gain. Okay, any armor in here? No, some tattered socks. So far, nothing really of value that we've found. What I'll do is, if I find anything, I'll let you know. This looks interesting. Aha. Yeah, I thought it was a trap here. And just an ominous glowing handbag with just a lockpick. I mean, that could be useful. And some dukes. So far, not very successful with this run. That was a weird broadcast. Anyway, let's go through here. This should have some decent loot, hopefully. Hope there's no zombies in here. Okay, just some iron, a chair that we can scrap. Hello. Come on over here. Oh. Okay, well, thanks for triggering that trap for me, I guess. I'll just jump over and see what we've got. Toolbox. Ooh. A wire toolkit. That could actually be pretty good if you want to use some, like, fan traps or some like electric fences. It could be very worthwhile for us. Apart from that, nothing too crazy. I kind of expect a little bit more. Okay, how about in here? Another emergency broadcast. We've already seen what's on there. We don't need to go over that again. And some food, hopefully. Steak, interesting, especially since it was hands on the counter. And a spring in a toilet. Someone must have shot off there pretty quickly. Apart from that, it seems pretty quiet up here. None of these rooms have had anything too valuable in. Oh, hello you. Down you go. A single glass jar. I don't know why that's in the toilet, and I don't want to ask questions for why. A few more doors, and hopefully we'll be able to find that supplies, because it does look like it's going to be the next room over. Get here, make sure there's no zombies hiding. Some yucca fruit, pretty good for food and hydration. I'm actually going to eat those now, just to get them out of the way. We're a little bit smelly now, as you can see in the bottom left. Unfortunately, nothing good in this place. The last two areas we've got to check now is that drop down that a zombie fell through, and also the last room to get our supplies. Okay, let's clear this out. A little bit of a tight space for a dead end. Not ideal for this, but we'll get through it. Luckily, our stamina is regenerating a little bit quicker from that tea that we drank a minute ago. Quick loot here. Some additional food. Ooh, that's really good. Okay, well, I was going to run back with the supplies back to the trader, but it's getting quite late already, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to fortify one of these rooms just for the night, and tomorrow we will go back to the trader, hand in that quest item, and then from there try and find a place for us to settle down permanently. This should be okay for now, just barricading those two doors, the entranceway. Just looking here of everything we've gathered. Just dropping some of the junk off that we don't need. We've got a pretty good amount of things from this hall. Flashlight's actually really useful for when we're going into areas, especially for video-wise, because it can be impossible to see things at night time. Thank you for watching my back, and I shall see you all coming into day 2. If you got onto this point of the video, I'd just like to thank you all very much for watching to the end. As a little additional note, I have recently gotten a kitten who's just over 17 weeks old at this point. I'm just going to throw some of the pictures on screen. You may have heard some jingling sounds from a bell on his little collar throughout the start and in the middle of this video. And that will probably be happening for quite a while in the future. And hopefully it's not too much of a distraction. But hopefully you like those pictures, and I'll catch you all in day 2. Stay safe. Bye-bye.